two-vehicle crash on Saturday at Queen and Huron has sent at least one person to hospital with unknown injuries. The collision involved an SUV and a truck and occurred around 2 o'clock in the afternoon near the Bridge Plaza on Huron. Both vehicles sustained major damage. A woman and 2 children were in the truck. On TV, can't confirm whether they were injured. The street was closed during the investigation and cleanup.
To the family members, our officers attended the scene, tried to provide life-saving measures to try and help the young person. Then they located other individuals. A total of 5 individuals have been taken to trauma centres around the GTA, and they're currently being treated in the trauma centres for gunshot wounds.
A school board west of Toronto has additional supports in place today for students who lost one of their own in a shooting over the weekend. A spokesperson for the Peel District School Board says a 17-year-old boy shot and killed outside an apartment building in Mississauga on Saturday evening was a grade 12 student at Lincoln M. Alexander Secondary School. 5 others were wounded in the attack, including a 13-year-old girl, a 16-year-old boy, and 2 other 17-year-old boys. Carla Pereira says members of the board's critical incident response team will be at the school today to support both staff and students. Peel Regional Police are still looking for at least 7 suspects in the case. Investigators say the suspects descended on the area surrounding an apartment complex, firing semi-automatic handguns indiscriminately. Police have described the boy who died as a bystander.
Thoughts go out today to all the victims and their families of the terrible shooting in Mississauga. I want to thank the first responders for doing their work so professionally as they always do. I'll be in Mississauga a little bit later and very much will be talking with Mayor Bonnie Crombie about the situation and offering, as always, the support the federal government can have as we all stand together.
We Are the Sioux went to the Station Mall to celebrate volunteers for not-for-profit organizations. Hosted by the Chamber of Commerce, Rory Ring took time to comment on the need for events like these to connect not-for-profits with potential volunteers.
Well, we're at the Station Mall today from 9:30 to 5:30, and we're holding our volunteer expo in partnership with Station Mall. So it's a great opportunity for the community to connect with some of the organizations here in Sault Ste. Marie that provide a variety of services. So they're here really just to recognize that they're a strong part of our community and the social network we have in Sault Ste. Marie, but we're hoping to connect them to potential volunteers and also really just to connect with the community, because some of them may not know that they're here in Sault Ste. Marie and what they do. Well, you know what, volunteerism is a cornerstone of any community, because whether we have Finnish Rest Home here, and they may not realize that they need volunteers to get their residents to maybe doctor's appointments or the dental appointment or go get groceries or prescriptions, and that all needs people. And, it really brings some recognition too that, these businesses as well, or not-for-profit businesses, are organizations that need resources as well. I don't know if people realize, but about 10% of our membership are all actually not-for-profit organizations, so we really want to make sure that we're supporting them and connecting them. So if any inquiries that people have, they can always get a hold of the Chamber of Commerce. So we did connect with the Board of Education to make sure that they knew that this event was happening, but I'm sure that those teenagers are just rolling out of bed. Well, I think it's just a great opportunity to come down and see what is offered out in the community. So we got 20 organizations here today: Nagda Windeman, YMCA, the VON, Kumon Math, the Finnish Rest Home, brain injury, victim services. So we had a great cross section of people, and for us as a Chamber of Commerce, it's also important for the general public to realize that the business community is also not just a supplier of financial support, but they're a supplier of volunteers, and there's a strong responsibility that many of our members have to make sure that the community is a supportive community.
Approximately 600 Siouxites laced up their runners to participate in the 39th annual Terry Fox Run yesterday morning, marking 39 years for Fox's Marathon of Hope Run. Although this event has no registration fee or minimum donation required to participate, Michelle Fall said last year alone the community raised $43,000. This year's total wasn't available at the time of publication. All proceeds raised go to the Terry Fox Foundation to assist in projects related to cancer research. To date, more than $750 million has been raised worldwide.
All right, so this is the 39th annual Terry Fox Run, and we've had this run. We've been doing it for about 9 years now, and we started out just as volunteers, and now we've taken over the organizing of it. Terry Fox started out. He didn't want a corporate funds at all. He wanted it to be the people. But we do this because he's like been an icon for our country. As a Canadian, Terry Fox means a lot. In the schools they teach about Terry Fox, and Terry Fox did it because when he had his leg amputated, he saw children that were suffering, families that were suffering like he did in the hospital, in sick children's. And he always said, I have to do something to change this.